Hello, welcome to this new episode of the Alex Show TV. It's a special episode from March the 24th of the year 2025. It was a Monday, and this is an important channel announcement. This is going to be a very short episode. I just want to share with you that I have decided to start doing guaranteed or at a minimum one show per week starting next week. The reason for that is my workload. I'm unable to keep up with forcefully two shows per week or two shows minimum per week, both on the Alex Show TV and my Spanish channel, El Show de Alex.tv. And I could have maybe decided to close the Spanish channel, which is only 1 year old, and but I decided to keep going on both. They're very similar, but very different in a way, different guests, different dynamics. But I needed to reduce my workload. It was just becoming too stressing for me. There were some weeks that my inventory went all the way down to just having the Friday episode, so I needed to come up with two shows for the next week. And this has also to do with the fact that the chats, as you probably have noticed, have dwindled down a lot. And I want to explain a little bit about that. Having guests on a show is difficult, okay? It takes a lot of work, basically that, and time and effort. You have to reach out to the guests. I think this happens to all of us, that around 80% of the guests, or 80%, not the guests, 80% of the people you contact, they don't reply. Some of them, they don't want to be guests. They have a podcast, they have a channel, but they don't want to appear on other channels. Some of them feel they're not interested in your channel, they're not interested in your topics, and feel they really don't need to clarify that, and they don't reply. So for starters, to even be able to have a guest, you have to reach out to approximately 10 times more people. So let's say you want to have one new guest, at least you need to reach out to 10 and possibly 20 new people. And that takes a lot of time to find that. Occasionally, I get lucky that I'm watching a video and watching a new podcast and say, okay, I'm going to reach out to this person. And sometimes it had worked, and sometimes I'm not going to share the ones that they have not. But I truly appreciate the people that you have seen on the show, that I've seen their channel or they have been recommended by me, by viewers or other guests, and I reach out and we're able to have a meeting. Sometimes I reach out and the guest has time or has an entry in their agenda, in their calendar, 2 months from now, stuff like that. So I want to share the dynamics that having guests seems very easy, but the most difficult part and important is reaching out and being able to have a good response and figuring out the date. The recordings, guests have made it so easy for me, both here and on the Spanish channel, that, they go as, sometimes we're talking 1 hour and say, my God, it seems 5 minutes. And then the production of chats is way, way faster than the videos that I present to you, okay? Let's say I have a support video, I need to find it, I need to cut it. Sometimes I need to translate it if it's in Spanish, or if I'm going to do it on a Spanish channel and it's in English. And all of that takes time. I don't want to say effort because it sounds like I'm complaining. It just takes time that I don't have, energy that I don't have, honestly. I've shared many times that I just don't have the energy, unfortunately. I have what it's basically called chronic fatigue syndrome. I accepted I've had it for 30 years now, so it's part of my life. I just don't have the same energy, okay? So I need to watch out when I'm in stressful times, when I'm really, really busy. I need to watch out not to overdo myself, because then it gets rough, okay? So starting all this year, I've been investing a lot of time trying to figure out, yes, unfortunately, I say unfortunately because none of us should be worried about financial things. I think it's a part of this reality I still cannot make my peace with. But I'm trying to figure out, as provider to my family, I just cannot. I need to figure out a thing with them, okay? As far as the financial part is still not what it should be. And I'm trying my best to get it there. And so there were times for weeks. Good thing I had inventory, because there were times for weeks I wouldn't do a show. Okay, you will see your 2 shows per week, but honestly, those shows were produced sometimes 1 month before. That's the reason also the chats went down a lot, because I just was not reaching out to guests. I was not consuming others' content, which is the first step to finding other people. And one example of that is one day in my timeline, a podcast of Rod Bland, which has been on the show recently, appears. I watch it, I like it, I reach out to Rod. He was so nice that he immediately responded. He sent me his calendar. It was like a month after we recorded, and that went great. That's the optimum case of finding a guest, okay? That worked out great, okay? So many others. I shouldn't mention one or not, but basically everyone that has been on the show has made it so easy for me, okay? Really. The only thing is maybe sometimes, which is understandable, they say, hey, I'm available in 3 months. That's perfect. I just set up an alarm. I just set up something in my calendar. I usually use the alarm on my phone, the calendar on my phone. And I remember just to reach out a few days before, just as a reminder, and then that day of the chat, be certain to be available for the time and everything. But that example of Rod Bland, I wish it was that easy, okay? Maybe you're getting it now. I wish that was like 2-3 times a week. I will find stuff in my timeline, and then I will reach out and I will get immediate responses, and that doesn't work that way. Usually you have to reach out, as I said, 10 times, 20 times to 20 guests, 20 potential guests, let's call it that, 20 potential people, and you get 1 or 2 responses, and then maybe you get 1 positive response, okay? I honestly, as I shared many times, I try to bring you all kind of guests. I don't try to limit myself, and I reach out to some pretty heavy hitters, okay? And yes, most of the times the response has been negative. A lot of times the response, they don't respond. I'm talking big channels. But I'm gonna try as time permits to do that, okay? Again, if you have any guests to recommend that you feel they will certainly like to appear here on the Alex Show TV, please send me an email to hey@thealexshow.tv. I understand if you don't do that through the comments, but please, if you can do it through email, it's totally private, and I'll respect your privacy as much. Just tell me what to say or something like that. A couple of chats have actually been able to come to life because other guests or viewers have said, hey, you should get this and that guy. By the way, because someone reached out, I've been trying to get Darius J. Wright on the show. It's just I haven't been able to get a response. He's obviously not interested. So if some of you have any pull there, or some of you know him, or some of you have, reached out to him positively, I would love to have him. Okay, that's my number 1 priority in a way. But I'm not gonna torture or I'm not gonna harass potential guests. In this case, I tried through his website and I tried through another method, and there's no response, okay? So what's going to happen starting today, this week, this is a Monday show. I know this is a special show. There's nothing much I'm offering here on this show today, but there's a show on Friday, okay? And it's going to be a podcast. And for now, if you like the podcast, for sure, they're going to be on Fridays. There are not going to be any chats on Fridays. The reason is I'm going to start building inventory. I'm going to take out the episode number that's gone because it will be a mess if I need to introduce a chat in a week. Then the episode will totally not work out, consecutive number. But I'm going to keep the dates, okay? So that's why I'm going to build inventory, and now it's going to be half as easy because, for example, I do 4 shows, that's a month of inventory, and that's the guaranteed inventory. And if during that month someone reaches out or I do a chat, I know I constantly do chats with my good friend Tony from London, so there's certainly gonna still be chats with him once a month, twice a month, also depend. I mean, we need to orchestrate that. So there are gonna be chats, especially here on the Alex Show TV with Tony, once a month, twice a month at least. And if there are other guests, maybe there's going to be a month that there are 2 shows per week, okay? And basically that means the chats have worked out. I'm sorry I need to reduce the number of shows. I really need to figure this out without causing myself so much stress. And really this is the way going forward, okay? I wanted some history. If you have been for me with a while, if you're with me since BitChute, I don't know how many of you are from there. I know Tony and Jeannie, certainly. But I started doing 6 shows a week, okay? And it was strange. It was strange dynamic because I will come into the office and I will do the show for the day and I will publish it at different times, sometimes even in the evening. But some way it worked out for one month, 2 months, and I started reducing it to 3 shows a week, and then 2 shows a week, and now 1 show a week. Again, because this is so hard, okay? Not just on me, on every YouTuber, on every creator to do shows, especially the podcast ones. They are so hard. Why? Because on the chats, you have the support of the guest. The guest is doing the show kind of for you, with you, okay? I guess was kind of if I had someone every week, kind of, if you know Week in the Future, out there from BitChute, it was Pat and Joel, and it was basically a chat every week, two chats per week, 3 chats per week. Again, those are a little bit easier because you just record on Zoom, you produce the show, you upload it to YouTube, and that's it. When I bring you the podcast, I need to prepare all the material beforehand, cut the video, there's a support video and that, and then record it. Sometimes I do the recording twice because something happens. So there's a lot of little things going on creating the shows. If I had 10 guests booked every month, I could even get to a point of not having any podcast or just going pure chats as other channels. Okay, I want to clarify. But there's a lot of work involved for YouTubers, for creators, and some of them are younger than me. Some of them have I don't know, have more energy. I don't want to make any justifications. I just want to tell you that this was a hard decision, and that's why I'm giving you such a long explanation. And really, I value and cherish so much my viewers and all the support you have been giving me through the years. But this is the only way going forward for now. Okay. I wish, I said many times, this could be my retirement in a way. I could find a way to fix the money thing. I could retire and just do shows. And in that case, I could do daily shows or even twice daily shows. That's a dream that I have, okay? That's a dream that I have, to do twice daily shows maybe on both channels. Yes, you can do that if that's the only thing I do, okay? But honestly, I have so much in my plate right now that I can guarantee that I'm going to make a Friday show. If there's a Monday show, it's going to be a chat, because that's what's available. So I'm sorry, this is the way going forward. I hope you stay. I will understand that some of you are going to unsubscribe, and that I'm probably going to see a dip on subscriber numbers. I'm kind of expecting it. I'm sorry. I wish I owe you an explanation. I know it's a free thing. You could say, no, you don't owe me anything. Yes, I do. Your time is valuable for me, your attention. You honor me, as I said many times. You honor me with your time, as I say on the last 2 minutes of the show. And I felt I had to give you a complete explanation on why we're going to just 1 show per week, starting next week. Because on this week, we're going to have this Monday show, even if it's a special one, and we're going to have a Friday show, okay? Thank you very much. And if you have any comments, please either use the comments or send me an email to hey@thealexshow.tv. Thank you. Have a great week. Thanks, guys. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover your true self. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version of this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and to serve others. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover your true self? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to the universe. Simply ask, who am I? Where do I come from? What is my purpose? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about this reality start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering your true self equals to real freedom. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to understand this reality, but you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will set up a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, lust, envy, violence, justice through violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only your egoic mind and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Thank you very much for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@thealexshow.tv. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website, www.thealexshow.tv. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.